Indy on the outside.
Yeah! Oh my god. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Here it comes.
And Asia immediately makes it up. Wow, through that little section.
Well, everyone, welcome here to Road America. We are coming to you live in Eckhart Lake, Wisconsin for the Honda Indy 200 here at Road America. I'm here in the C Broadcasting Group booth with Useless or Receded. So today, going into this race, we have only a few races left of the Verizon INDYCAR season. We are currently watching some qualifying right now as Anthony Anderson is finishing up his lap, I believe. Or no, excuse me, I think he's still got one to go. But going into this race, there are three drivers which we are all keeping our eyes out for. Fearless in the number 8 Chip Ganassi racing car, Agent in the number 9 CGR car, and then Kimmy in the number 17. You guessed it, CGR car. So with these three, it is really this race. All of them are eager to win this, to get their foot ahead in the point standing. So Useless, I'm going to turn this over to you. What kind of things do you think we could see from these three here today at Eckhart Lake?
Like, we could definitely see aggressiveness throughout the field with these guys fighting to get to that first position in the standings. As the season is coming to a close, this race is very important in the point, and for these three guys will definitely be battling out. As of right now, Agent has the advantage whenever we start the race. He is currently on pole, about 2 seconds in front of everybody else.
See that? Second place. Actually, no. Fearless is currently, I believe, in second place. I gotta look at the standings. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but Fearless has been one of the most consistent. I would actually say the most consistent this season. actually take that back. Excuse me, I was wrong. Kimi is second in standings. Kimi has had not the best luck in this season so far. He has only scored one win, and it was by technicality at Fontana. He, however, it's not just wins there, it's also just consistency. Kimi has been probably the most consistent driver we've seen in the field for the series, so getting numerous podiums. So I would definitely say he is one to look out for today. Kimi has, however, complained about on-track conditions at Road America. He said before that he just can't seem to really get a good grasp on some of the turns here at this track. I would argue that this is one of the most difficult tracks that these drivers face. What do you think, Receded?
Interesting from coming from Kimi. I mean, I don't see him anywhere. He's not in the field, I believe. And it's strange to not see him in the field. He's currently second in the standings, as you said before. It's important to show up as to many races as he could, but right now he's not here with us, and Agent is just right now left to battle it out with Fearless, and I believe Fearless is not even here. This is going to be very interesting to see because you have other drivers in the field that are not close to Agent in the point standings, but are in the race. They have qualified for a race, and we'll see what comes from the eventual race start here, because I don't know what happened to turn one. It's going to be a very amazing turn one. It's very good first lap. We'll see what'll happen.
So you see, I think it'd be wrong if we did not bring up what is happening on track right now. Ford in that number 83 Novo Nordisk machine is currently doing his qualifying attempt. This is his first season, or his first time racing for Bubbles League, I believe, in one of Bubbles Leagues. He scored in his first ever start. He scored a win at Toronto, and he has been one to look out for. So we are just riding on board with him as he goes through the kink. We are just going to see where he lands. He has 2 laps to qualify. All these drivers will have 2 laps to qualify.
I know Ford is a very fast guy. I mean, he did get that win taken away from him at Fontana when Kimi won because of a technicality, because of something Ford did in the final lap in the final turn. And well, now he's trying to qualify. He's gonna try and get as much in the whole track, trying to get as far as he could. I mean, we'll see what he does. And I know he's a very fast driver. In previous races, I've said it before. He's a very quick driver. He's very new to the series, too. I believe this is like one of his first 5 starts here. And, well, hopefully he shows it here on qualifying and on track.
Right now, he's just... and I believe another driver we have not talked about, the third in points, Fearless, for the number 8 Big Machine Records machine. He has a total of 243 points going into this race. He won, I believe it was he won the last race at Iowa via strategy. So I believe Fearless is definitely a threat. I would say Fearless might be probably Agent's biggest threat. Like, now you could say Kimi obviously is as amazing as a driver is. He just never has the best luck. But I believe today, if he does indeed show up, he does have a chance to be a big thorn in Agent's side. But as of right now, only Agent is here. Neither Kimi nor Fearless is here. So
I want to say something about current quality times. Ford has actually tied time with Agent. Agent appears first in the board because he set the time first. He actually has the same lap. Ford has, apart from Fearless, which Fearless is probably the second fastest driver in the whole league, as he's has been always on par with Agent, or barely behind Agent. And well, Ford is a very new guy, as I said before. He's not really fighting for the championship, but because he's not really fighting for the championship, he might mess up Agent in what points he could get, what wins he could get, because I mean he is a very fast driver. What would happen if Agent just doesn't win the race and ends up in one of the last positions? What if he DNFs after wrecking? What if that? What if that? A lot of things could happen today that could probably mess up Agent and not gain any points, or could get the most amount of points the top three in the standings could get right now.
As you see right there, Ford finishes up his qualifying attempt. And Dimitros in that number 15 Steak and Shake Rahal Letterman Lanigan racing machine will be will have his attempt here at Road America, making it through turn 1. Dimitros has had a bit of a rocky season so far, but I do believe he is a very, very determined driver. He has raced with Bubble for a while, so he knows these cars. I just think right now it's just mainly a luck issue. But what I wanted to get into is that we are this is very likely, and I mean very, very likely, going to be a strategy race. So we will see different fuel strategies come into play here at Road America.
Definitely going to be interesting to see what type of strategies they come up with the fuel and the many tire compounds we have today, the blacks and the reds. The reds are much faster tires, but they run out so much faster. They can, drivers can about make it to 15 laps, but it's better to keep it within 10 laps, that red wall tire, to be as fast as you can and not lose a lot of time, because after those 10 laps, you're going to be losing a lot of time. And the blacks is just about the same thing. You can go about 25 laps, so it's better to make it between the 20 lap margin there. And fuel is about the black tire run about 22 to 23 laps. It's going to be interesting what they could do when you have this rule in the Verizon INDYCAR series, which you need to change tire compounds at least once in the race. After that, you can do whatever you want with your tires. But it's going to be very interesting what type of strategy these drivers will have for the race.
Tires will definitely play a big role in this race. As Rashida just said, to basically sum it up, the Firestone Reds are faster but last less, and the Blacks are not as fast as the Reds, but they will last you longer. So I am definitely very interested to see what some of these drivers are planning on doing in terms of strategy with these tires. As you see right now, Dimitros is heading through the kink. This is his final lap, and he goes wide there just a little. Right here. Through the final turn and onto the front straight. And Dimitros will finish his lap. And now we have right now Game Winner is coming out onto the track, or
final car to qualify.
Oh, and something is wrong. Oh, heavy hit into the wall.
Something happened to Game Winner. I mean, he just went straight into the gravel, into the tire wall. Probably had some lag or issues or something there.
I do not think that will.
I don't know. It will. It's fine right now. I mean, it was a south lap. No problem there.
I do not think that will count against him. He goes by discharge. Simply discharge / Game Winner. Same person. Is sporting that late night show with David Letterman, number 32 Honda. But bad, nasty hit for him on that opening lap.
So them qualified second to last with a 120.179. Only 2 drivers cracked into the 124s, which is Agent and Ford, and only 1 driver is in the 125s, which was Anthony. Very huge gaps between the field, well, from the top 3, because from Beast to Prime, bruh, it's very close. I don't know how this will turn out in the race. I mean, slipstream here is very. It's going to be very interesting to see what drivers will do with the slipstream down the straightaway and into turn 1. They're going to have to make very fast decisions on what to do and what not to do. Right now, discharge right now coming around the final turn. Now into the main straightaway to start his first lap. This is going to be very interesting, isn't it, Ford?
Indeed it is. He is heading down into turn 1. Let's see if we have... No, he makes it through clean. Oh, slid up there a little bit. Got a little loose. He hangs on to it, heading down into turn 2 and on the straightaway. Oh. So we still do not have any sign of Kimmy or
Fearless.
Fearless, correct. Fearless and Kimmy have not shown up. I hope they will at some point show up last minute. I mean, better late than never. But it is not looking that way right now. So I am kind of worried about that.
I know they can join in the first 10 laps. The problem is that if it's under green flag conditions, they cannot join the race until there's a caution and a yellow flag. I mean, they have the chance to show up late. The problem... Oh! Discharge goes off again into the gravel in the final turn now. I mean, very huge problems to that 32 Honda late show with David Letterman machine. He's saying his whole game froze. Interesting. We haven't seen those problems that league, not to this extent, where he has gone off in very huge runoffs. This time he hasn't gotten any damage. No, respawn, I believe, his car.
No damage for him, but definitely very frustrating. You saw how he reacted, was kind of banging the steering wheel there. So definitely
I believe that's everybody. Everybody now has finished their qualifying. Discharge, aka GAM winner, has not set a lap.
Will get the Verizon Pole Award going into here at Road America.
You have I believe a 9-car field. Yep, 9-car field. The only driver who didn't do the lap, a single lap, was GAM winner, aka Discharge. We know he went off after having some problems. I mean, hopefully he gets them fixed before the race, because imagine it just worked. Imagine everybody coming into turn 1 in the start of the race. His screen froze, maybe, and piles into everybody. That's going to be very detrimental for everybody else. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen in the race. Maybe he keeps his distance in the start. Hopefully he can find a fix for it, because, I mean, that's not good at all. I mean, we do have DNFs here. I believe after you wreck your car 2 times, you're out of the race. That's a DNF right there. You can still wreck 1 time and have a spare car, but after you wreck that spare car, you're done. No more racing for you. You're DNF. Right now, he's lining up to the pacing laps.
So right now, we are being joined in the commentary booth by Marcus. So he has joined us here in the booth. We're going to let him speak his thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, again, from what I've seen, right now, the qualifying order. Wait, what am I supposed to? I almost ended up the board again because I gotta.
Okay.
He hasn't made up his mind yet. How about we talk about our starting grid today before we get going on the pacing laps to get this race going? Agent is going to be first, Ford is going to be second, Anthony is third, Beast is going to be fifth, Corey Wilson, aka 24K, is going to be fifth, Napa Boy is going to be sixth, Dim is going to be P7 here, Bruh, aka Prime, is going to be eighth, and Discharge is going to be last after he didn't set up a lap in qualifying. For what I remember, it's single file? No, it might be double file. Okay, Agent went. Yep. We're on the pacing laps now, Ward. We're just waiting for the cars to come around.
We're heading off pit road right now for the pace laps. You see Agent today running that Brita water target scheme. And behind him, starting in P2, is going to be Ford in that 83 Chip Ganassi Novo Nordisk scheme. P3 will be Anthony Anderson, starting in that Team Penske number 22 scheme. Behind him is Beat in that number 2 Hawk Verizon Chevrolet. And 24K will be starting after Beast in that 14 ABC Supply Co. AJ Foyt Enterprises Honda. Napa Boy is next in the 25 Andretti Autosport Honda.
Them in the number 15 Maxim Steak and Shake Honda powered car. Bruh, aka Prime, in the number 10 Chip Ganassi Entity Data number blue Chevy. And Gamwinner, aka Discharge, in a 32 Honda Late Show with David Letterman yellow Honda to round out the field here. I have a very intriguing question here, Ford. Do you think Ford, being from what I remember, a Chip Ganassi teammate to Agent, will him give him the room and not racing for the race for the race win, so Agent can clinch up the title as rivals Kimi and Fearless didn't get to the field right now? Do you think Ford will just maybe hold up the field?
Well, if you want to know my honest thoughts, Chip Ganassi has said before, as a team owner, he wants his drivers to kind of stay in order, and then for maybe the last 10 to 20 laps, it's you just throw the book out the window, and then you just go racing. So I believe these two will be working together here in the very early on in the race into the middle.
Talk about Chip Ganassi, Ford. We have a word. Agent has brake issues. Not the first problem that Chip Ganassi number 9 has had all season. From what I remember, throughout the race, we were lining double file here. He got an engine issue, didn't make the race. Right now we're double filed. This lap of silence for the first lap.
Here we go. Coming to the line, we are going to be racing here at Road America. Start has been waved off. Something has gone wrong. We have waved off the start. So we will have another lap around.
Could it be because of Agent's brake issues, maybe? I don't know.
I think so. Agent was just telling Chip Ganassi over his radio he is having some braking issues right now with the car. So this is definitely has him worried. This could really be a big thorn in his side here at Road America. But right now, everyone just kind of pacing. So while we are waiting for the field to circle back around, we have only just a few more races left of this season.
I believe 3 to 4, right? 3 to 4 races left. Yep. You want to know a little fun fact? The race that Agent had that engine issue, that was Barber, and guess who won that race? Fearless won that race. Interesting. Right now, the startup has been waved off, and do you think Agent will pull it down pit road for it? Do you think that will happen? Could it possibly happen today?
If these problems intensify, this could definitely intensify the battle for the championship at Surfers Paradise, which that will be the final race of the season in Australia. So we could definitely see other drivers besides just Kimi and Fearless coming into play and potentially battling for a championship.
It's gonna be interesting to see if Agent's brake problems get worse. Hopefully not, but we'll see in the race here. This opens up the win if Agent's brake issues eventually get worse. This could open the win to absolutely everybody here. Agent, we know he's the fastest driver around here in the series right now for being a close-up, apart from Fearless and Kimi here. I don't know what will happen in the race now. We have a driver at the front, brake issues, could go wide as Gam did eventually in this qualifying, this outlap. His outlap. Could he go wide? I don't know. I haven't really seen that problem before. It's going to be the first time for me to see a brake issue along the race. Hopefully, nothing worse comes out of it. But right now, we're coming around the final turn board.
Like I said, some of these drivers aren't just trying to battle for a champion. Some have not even had their first win yet, and that matters more than anything right now for these guys. So as we come onto the front straight, everyone getting into double file position, I believe there's going to be no more issues. And we are green flag racing here in Eckhart Lake, Wisconsin for the Honda Indy 200. Side by side, heading down the front straightaway. This is going to be the hard part. Into turn 1, I think everyone makes it clean out of there as they head down into 2.
Yes, indeed, everybody makes it through. Oh, that's Corey Wilson going around. Oh, they keep hitting each other. That was Beast and Corey Wilson. Beast spun Corey Wilson out, and now they have lost a lot of time here. Some problems already in the race, and when that was happening, Ford got in front of Agent, that number 9 Chip Ganassi car. We're seeing those brake problems coming into play now. Agent still side by side with Ford. Down the inside,
he down and takes that lead away from him as they head down through the
carousel.
Yellow is out.
Yellow. Who
I
wrecked?
am not seeing.
Not sure what happened. Was that for Beast?
I am not seeing any damage.
No cars have damage.
Is substantially behind though, so I am wondering. He did get spun out of turn 2, so I wonder if this is an incident that is in fact involving him.
So I believe Beast got into Corey Wilson again, 24K. And
there's a little bit of some drama here on track heading through the kink.
Beast slowing down to 24K here. I mean, Beast did spin out first 24K there. Meanwhile, we were looking at the front of the pack, maybe the purple pink flag. Oh, pit's open. Oh, yeah, pit's open right now. I don't know. Probably a lot of drivers, most of the drivers would come in to serve that rule of changing tire compound once in the race. This is going to be interesting. I mean, I did see Beast punt, what was it again? Corey Wilson off. And then I believe he got retaliation now. And we coming into pit road. Marcus, if you're here, please give us our pit road, please.
Pit road report. Okay. So we got Nampa on the reds, Dim and 24K, which are all most likely. Oh, and Dim gets into Napa, and And he doesn't even get in the pit. That is unfortunate for him. That's going to ruin his pit stop while Nampa 24K get out. Dim's going to stay waiting and is going to go stay in the back.
Thank you for that. The board, we saw some problems there. I mean, Napa and Corey Wilson wanted to go in the same pit stall. The last pit stall, and, well, they got together. Well, Dim is all the way in front. Well, I don't know why he's coming out in front. Well, this is going to be very interesting here. See what happens at the restart. Vord, what do you think of the first lap of the race? A lot of drama between...
Lots of drama going on right now.
Yeah, lots of drama between Beast and 24K here. I don't know what race control will do. If it eventually escalates to a bigger thing, there'll probably be penalties for one of the drivers, depending on if that thing eventually happens. But right now, we're under caution and just waiting to come around to get this race restarted yet again.
So you see right now, we're heading through Hurry Downs. Agent and Ford had a pretty intense battle early on in the race before that caution came out. So I am going to assume, as we've been told we are going green this time, so there's going to be some very intense racing between these two. They are teammates, and if you ask me, they should be working together. I mean, that is Chip Ganassi's plan, but pretty early on in the race, it did not look like that. Marcus?
Ford, can you look at the live event chat real quick, please, if you haven't already seen it? Jane is telling all of us how to do the sectors.
Oh, anyway. I'm about to blank again. I apologize. Bort?
Yes? Okay. So, while Marcus is just thinking real quick, we are heading through the kink. There is not much incentive for Ford to start helping. Ford, like I said, you gotta consider the gap between these two drivers. Agent has a massive lead over Ford. Ford has only gotten one win this season. As we mentioned earlier, he nearly got the win at Fontana, but due to an avoidable contact penalty with Kimi, he was docked a couple positions and Kimi was given the win. So coming out of turn 14 here at Road America,
we're ready for the restart here in the Verizon INDYCAR Series for the Honda Indy 200 here at Road America. Green flag comes out and Agent leads the field here. Everybody looks to have restarted perfectly here. Agent to a little lead right now. Ford behind into turn 1. Everybody single files it out. No problems to anybody here. Very clean start. Hopefully nothing happens in the next turn. Ford catching up Agent down the straightaway. Hits him at the back. Down the Sargento Bridge here. Down into this little turn just before going uphill here. Agent on the inside, Ford on the outside. He tried to challenge. No problem for Agent down the inside. He keeps the lead here. Ford just trying to catch up here. Beast, a little bit of contact at the back and is now very far behind.
You see right here, Ford and Agent are currently battling it out right now. Agent has a little bit of a lead over Ford. We're going to go to the back right now. You saw 24K slid a little bit there in the back, heading down the back straight as they head down through the kink. Pretty fanned out action heading on here into turn 12. Marcus?
And you got Agent in the lead. It's all spread out racing here with Ford trying to catch up to Agent. There's not many corners where you can pass at this track, but they're trying their best to keep up with first place. Proceeded.
I got to get something quick, a package here. Agent still leads the field here. Goes wide into the grass. Ford at the back of him. Contact between both teammates here. That was a domino effect. Agent went into the outside, into the grass, and Ford followed. now the pack's starting to spread out a lot now. Believe 24K barely passing under the Sargento Bridge. No, that's Beast. And Agent is already down into turn 8.
So right there, that is definitely what Agent did not want to see. I believe some of that action is what's going to give Chip Ganassi a heart attack. These two, Ford is definitely not being lenient at all right now. He is racing right now for that lead as they dive in through the kink. 24K has made his way up to P3, so he is one of the most skilled and experienced drivers in this field, so I could definitely see him being probably the biggest threat to both of them right now, Marcus.
And it's still very spread out racing, and in the back you got Napa and Dim maybe starting to have a little battle back there, but Agent still leads.
This is going to be very interesting to see. We know that those straightaways are a huge point to overtake ad with the slipstream these cars have. Ford just has a better turn here. Might try in the front straightaway. Just Agent just has a better run of the turn. You're down into the turn here. Now uphill. Agent and Ford, those Chip Ganassi teammates still together, very close. The pack's still spreading around here.
You see right here, Ford is looking to make a move on Agent, but Agent is really holding that line right there. He does not want Ford to get around him. 24K and Anthony are kind of sorting to catch up there. Heading into the kink. Agent is just trying right now. Like this, we're still really early on in the race. We're on live, but the racing between these two is starting to get pretty aggressive. 24K being blocked right there. A Ford goes into the grass and 24K gets past him. Wow, what a move. Marcus?
And with that 24K comes to second. And Agent, and 24K, you see him slowly starting to catch up to Agent. And he might even make a move coming up on these few corners.
Marcus, thank you for that information. We know he's definitely going to try and pass him. Right now, Agent on the limit, getting into the grass. We know the grass is very slippery, and it slows down a lot. Agent just has a better drive off that turn. I don't know what he has in that turn, but he has a far better car there. Just pulls away from 24K and Ford. Ford now to third right here. Beast very far behind, actually. Barely making it to the second turn now as Agent making it to turn 7.
Right now, Agent is attempting to hold off 24K. 24K looking to make a move right there, and he makes the move. Agent slows up, and 24K is now our new leader. Wow, what a move. But this is not over. Agent is looking to make a move right here. They head down through the kink, make a little contact right there. Oh, man, this is some heavy racing. Now Ford looking to be a player right here. Going into the grass. 24K holds that line. Will not let him by, but this battle is far from over. Marcus, what are your thoughts on this right now?
As Ford's in the inside. This getting crazy now. The heated battle for first with 24K, Agent, and Ford. And Ford's going to come back to third. Reseated.
A huge battle for first place between these three cars, 24K, Corey Wilson, Agent, and Ford here. Agent just losing despite being, I believe, in the same compound as the guy behind as Ford at 24K. 24K now up into the lead now. Something I didn't really have a bingo card here. Really the different side to see Corey Wilson here in that 14 ABC Supply Co card in the lead.
You see right now, all of these drivers, or most of these drivers, are on the Firestone Reds, which means, obviously, as we mentioned earlier, these tires wear out quicker than the Firestone Blacks, so many of these drivers will have to pit earlier compared to, I think there's only, Beast, I think, is one of the only drivers right now who is doing an alternate strategy. but right now up front it's 24K leading, heading down into the final turn. He is definitely forming quite a bit of a gap from Agent as Ford goes into the grass there. Wow. Marcus?
And now Ford is almost getting passed by Anthony right now. And he's going to ultimately stay behind him. But Agent slowly starting to catch up to 24K. Not much, but it's slowly starting.
We know, as I've said before, during qualifying, that red tire wall, it can last up to 15 laps. But between that 10-lap margin, because after those 10 laps, they're going to be really slow. You're going to start losing a lot of time. But in this case, I believe almost the whole field are on the red compounds and might as well not lose a lot of time between each other. Agent is trying to catch up to 24K.
24K has definitely shaken off the field, or at least Agent for now. He is very, very dominant driver, was very dominant in several practices we held. So right now the field is fanned out big time, but I believe 24K is going to be one of the first drivers to make a pit stop. As we have mentioned before, he is on those Firestone Reds. So while they are providing him with a big advantage right now, this definitely will not last, at least for the short period of time.
And we just got word here from a race official that Agent is still having more braking issues, which are affecting him a lot more, as you can see off that one corner, and has let Ford pass him now.
Ford just easily passed Agent there. I don't know what happened there with Agent. I believe he got into the grass and lost a lot of time there. Now Ford up to P2 and just going to try and catch up 24K now. 24K stays in the lead out of turn number 7.
See, Agent was telling Chip Ganassi over the radio that there are some big issues for that number 9 target machine with the brake pressure. So this has huge championship implications, possibly. Those issues for Agent are starting to rear their ugly head as the number 10 car is on pit road right now. There's issues for the other Chip Ganassi car of Prime. He is on pit road. So I am not sure what is happening there, but this has definitely kind of been a disaster for Chip Ganassi right now.
Chip Ganassi definitely falling off just a little bit at this part of the race. And here's Agent coming down to the pits, which we are not sure why he's coming down. He could be just changing tires, or I mean, it has been a few laps since, and again they're using the reds, so it might be just a tire change for the 9 car.
Interesting to see the first car down pit road. I believe it's Agent alongside Bruh, and I believe both Chip Ganassi cars. 24K still in the lead. Ford, they might just come in this lap. If Agent and Prime already come down pit road, I think it's time. It's time to change those reds and maybe change to the black tire.
That would be my guess. There were definitely some issues for the shop, Chip Ganassi, post Iowa. So Agent obviously sped off pit road. Prime is still sitting here, but this is definitely a disaster for CGR, as their closest driver is in fact Agent in 5th place. Right? Actually, no, take that back. Excuse me. Ford in 2nd place. But he will, I assume, will be having to pit soon.
And with that, let's see if he does come. He's not going to. And Ford's still trying to inch closer to 24K. But I think 24K has just got the faster car all around the whole thing. As you can see, Ford still trying, getting off the grass or getting onto the grass a little bit. But Ford slowly catching.
24K here. Corey Wilson, I believe he'll pit around lap 15 or around lap 13 to 15 here. is gonna make that red wall stick out even more. I believe that's Broad Prime still in the pits. Problems to the Chip Ganassi number 10, I believe, as 24K makes it into the straightaway.
So like Receded just brought up, 24K will be pitting here within the next few laps, we believe. So that will put Ford in the lead, but I've not really heard anything about what Ford's strategy might be, or what tires he will be switching, like whether or not he will switch to the blacks or he will get another set of Firestone Reds in the pit lane. So we have not had any word about Ford's pit, but as soon as we get them, we'll pass them on to you.
And on to the final turning. Corey will again lead another lap, and none of the other Ford or Corey have not hit yet, with the gap getting, it looks like, a little longer. And and Ford off the track a little bit. He's struggling on that first corner, and which might be ultimately screwing him up. But yeah,
24K actually there lost about 5/10 there in the final lap. It was before a 1.7 gap, now shrank to 1.2. We know Corey Wilson now getting that tire wear is catching up to him now. Ford just doesn't look to have the same
caution.
problem. A caution out. It's Agent, I believe, got into the grass, spun around, and hit the outside wall just before the gravel trap. Huge damage to that number 9 Chip Ganassi car right there. The front nose cone loose, no more front wing. That right front is broken there. Our second caution, I believe, of the day here, the Honda Indy 200, lap 12 out of 55.
This has definitely been a very disastrous race for Chip Ganassi. His top driver involved in a heavy crash. I think this is his last respawn before he will be out of the race. So this is definitely Ford, I would believe right now, is probably Chip's last hope at winning this race, as Agent is having issues and Prime is also having some issues. So Ford is definitely Chip's really only hope for winning this race.
Speaking about those issues, do you think could you think that the braking issues from Agent earlier, from the start of the race, and just earlier from the race, do you think that could have been a reason why he wrecked now?
Could be possible. It actually could be possible that Agent, with those brake issues before the race, pre-race, could have just lost it. Just couldn't brake, locked up, and went into the grass and hit the wall. It wasn't a straightaway though, so it would probably be. It's a big chance that Agent could have get on one of those problems here, as everybody comes down pit road. 24K now jumps in front of Ford. He stays in the lead here. Ford second, Anthony third, Napa fourth, Dim fifth, Gam winner 6th, and Beast 7th, I believe, coming out of pit road. Ford, what do you think about this? Could Agent have another issue with the brakes?
I believe that was the cause of that incident. Roger Penske right now, I believe, is very happy. Both Roger Penske and AJ Foyt, I believe, are very happy about this whole crashing and burning of Chip Ganassi here in this race. Their best driver and the biggest threat to them both is having a horrendous day, and Anthony somehow is staying in third almost this whole race. So I do believe that this is an opportunity for Team Penske to win. But I would argue our best contender right now to win the race would probably be 24K, but Agent is,
Yeah,
although having issues, we don't know what could be later on.
So with the new tire rule, I think from what it looks like, Beast Prime. Wait, let me see. Yeah, Beast Prime and Discharge are the only three who haven't used their what's it called? Who haven't used their red tires and red tires. I apologize for that. And then Agent. Well, let me see. Agent has not used his black tires. He's right now still on his reds, but should be. I think did he use it? No. But yeah. So we only got a few more people.
Oh, Agent reporting yet again. The Chip Ganassi pit crew. He's having yet another brake failure. I believe this is green this time. I believe here at Road America. This is gonna be interesting. We could see a possible turn one lockup for Agent and have a problem and just hit that outside wall going into the gravel now. It's gonna be very interesting what we could see. Just right now, is it green this time? Just trying to see what our race director is saying here. Let's see here. Coming to the front straight away, I believe everybody's here. I believe we're starting the race right now. Could be green at any time. It's coming around to the front straight away, getting to restart line. Green flag. We indeed restart a race here. Lap number 14 now out of 55. 24K now on the inside.
And there's a spectator on the track.
So spectator on the track. Oh no! Agent goes wide, hits forward, hits his teammate. Now loses about 4 positions. 24K goes wide, gets pushed wide into the grass, and loses all of the positions he's made up. Agent, here comes a 4-wide move. Incredible pass by Agent, but just doesn't help Ford at all. And I believe Napa too were in that 4-wide. They're now losing a lot of positions here. Agent makes it to the front again. Very forced pass here.
Wow. As you saw right there, there was a spectator out on the track that had attempted to make contact with Gamwinner's car. He has been apprehended and is being removed from the facility. But very, very scary incident there on track. As you see right now, Agent is still holding on to that lead, but the arch rival team of Chip Ganassi, Penske's driver, Anthony Anderson, is P2 right now. As Gamwinner kind of locks it up there. But Anthony is definitely one of, I'd say, the biggest threats to Agent right now as we are speaking.
And with word just now, Agent, it looks like he's gonna have to pit because he's having more failures with his braking.
Brake problem for Agent. Huge wreck for him. Straight into the tire wall. Straight into the gravel.
That's it
for him. He's out of the race. Our first DNF of the race. It's Agent, our championship leader here. It's gone to nothing. Huge damage. Yet again, those left. The front and the rear, that suspension is just broken. Huge wreck for him. Ford. Oh my God.
As we saw there, I'm not exaggerating. I may or may not have just seen Chip Ganassi snap a headset in half over in the pit boxes. This is the biggest championship implication we have had this season. Ford is now this team's last hope to winning this race, as obviously Prime is still having those issues. I believe he is out of the race too. So Ford is the last man standing for Chip Ganassi Racing. Could he be the one to bring this home and turn this horrible weekend around here at Eckhart Lake? We do not know though, but Anthony is out front here at Road America.
Let's see here.
Complete.
Marcus, what do you have to say about this?
Well, first of all, that championship, it's just gonna ruin it. I mean, it doesn't ruin it. The one thing that Agent's gonna have on his side is that Fearless and Kimmy aren't present here, so he won't fall too far back in the points. But I mean, it just sucks though. He could have locked it up there.
So right now, Asian is barely gaining any points, I believe, from this race. This championship, the championship standings will look almost the same here for the top three, for Asian, Kimmy, and Fearless. But for the rest of the field here, they're gonna definitely catch up. And as we know, they have their own battles to fight in this point standings. With I believe some of the cars tied in the points for respective positions. I believe, yeah, we have pits open here. We'll see who comes into the pits, who maybe changes to the reds, who maybe changes to the blacks to fill in that rule right now, because we still have about 3 drivers who haven't completed that rule now. Anthony, Napa, Gam, Ford, 24K. Oh no, Napa actually stays out. Everybody else except Napa stays out.
You see there, Napa Boy is not going to be pitting here. He will stay out. Meanwhile, as everyone heads down pit road, Anthony is going to be the first one off, I believe. Unless it's a race to the line. It's going to be close, but I think Game Winner is going to actually be the first one off of pit road. He is sticking to those Firestone Blacks. I think most people have switched to the Firestone Blacks, except for, I believe, Napa Boy is the only one with Firestone Reds. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this will affect everyone's strategy.
Very interesting strategy here. Napa stayed out. Could he? I mean, he's on the Reds. On the Reds, he is. He's definitely going to be faster for a couple of laps, but after that, after about 10 laps, he's going to start losing time and time and time to the cars behind. It's going to be very interesting here with possibly our fastest driver in the whole field here just out of the race as early as about lap 15 here. It's incredible.
Indeed it is.
Just waiting
now,
to come down.
The field's kind of pacing around. We're already on lap 16, and there is a lot of on-track drama. So right now it is the top 3 are, as we are going green this time, the top 3 is Napa Boy in that 25 Andretti Autosport Honda, Game Winner or Discharge in that 32 David Letterman Honda, and Anthony in that number 22 Verizon Penske Chevrolet. So we are going to be going green this time. Now, one person I do want to pay attention to is 24K or Corey Wilson. He is in that 14 ABC Supply Co. Honda. He has definitely had a very roller coaster of a race. He has been as high as first place and as low as last place. Right now he is in second to last on those Firestone black tires. So I am curious to see. AJ Foyt has not specifically said anything about their strategy. But I am sure AJ Foyt right now is very pleased to hear that the top driver of this race, the top driver in the series right now, at least in the points, is out. As we are heading through the final turn, getting ready to head to green. Proceeded.
Getting closer and closer to that restart zone. Green flag here. Napa leads the field here despite having the faster tire compound. Gam gets a very nice jump and is already challenging into this turn 1 on the outside. Oh, 24K sends it in. He gets into the grass and loses a lot of time here. Napa's still in front goes wide, not a lot of speed there. Ford goes into the grass, comes back into the track and hits Anthony Anderson here. Very slow on the straightaway. Napa leads the field here down into this little turn uphill now. Anthony getting closer and closer to Gam. Gam actually getting closer to Napa Boy. Napa Boy now using those red walls to his advantage here.
These three drivers have kind of broken off from the rest of the field. Discharge, who was having issues in practice, is now making his way up front. He is riding P2 right now as Napa Boy spins it and makes contact with Gam winner. Anthony Anderson is now your new leader as they head down into the King. Oh my. And he's into the wall. I think we had another car into the wall too. I did not see who that was. No caution from race control, but that gave Bobby Rahal a fright right there, as Anthony is now your new leader as they roar down the front straightaway.
Right now, Chip Ganassi's not having a good time here. One car still stuck on pit road, and Ford all the way back in 6th after being in 3rd. Gam winner then spins out Gam winner now on the grass. Ford makes the opportunity and makes the pass on Napa Boy Dimitrios here. This is going to be an incredible finish to the race. Not going to be a finish yet because we still have more than halfway in the race. But Anthony leads 24K and 24K leads Ford now up to P3.
I just saw there that Dimitrios in that 15 smacked Napa Boy. Napa Boy had the middle finger out the window. He is furious. Michael Andretti is fuming over the radio. He is calling on Brian Barnhart to park Dimitrios for these aggressive moves, or at least penalize him. There is just so much chaos in this race today, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out as 24K looks to make a move on Anthony. 24K and Anthony side by side as they head down to the final turn. 24K might edge him out. Nope, Anthony's going to hug that line and he's going to slam the door on him. Wow.
Now coming into the straightaway. Here he comes. 24K on a charge to try and battle for that P1 spot he once had now. Hits behind Anthony. Not a lot to see here. 24K now down the inside. Far better run. He comes forward with a also far better run here. Ford slowly but surely catching up to 24K here. Anthony, disastrous turn number 2 here. Downhill, now uphill. 24K, your new race leader at lap 19 out of 55. Ford goes off. Ford into the tire. Well, no damage, but this is very detrimental.
Chip Ganassi is just not having his day today. This is just a chaotic race. We are receiving word right now. Michael Andretti is currently having an argument with race director Brian Barnhart over the radio over the whole Dimitrios situation. We will keep you updated as that situation continues. But the front two, 24K and Anthony, have pulled off from the rest of the field. Ford is in 3rd place. That little incident back there cost him big. So he was Ganassi's last hope. And that's not looking very likely now. The thing he could hope for right now best is a caution.
24K leads. Now this is 20 off 55. Race very chaotic after Agent had that brake issue, which ended up DNFing him out of the race. Chip Ganassi not having the best day. Anthony very slow. He's very slow in turns 1 and 2. 24K just pull away. It has about 2-second lead now over Anthony, and now an almost 6-second lead over Ford. This is not good for Chip Ganassi here. This is very, very sad to see. But right now, 24K is getting away with it. He's just coming around turn number 8 now. Down now into the carousel. Passes under the Speedville bridge here. Ford looks to be catching up Anthony. Anthony just got some problems there. Ford up to P2, but 24K, Corey Wilson's still leading in P1.
Well, I would say the only team owner right now who is really happy is AJ Foyt. His top driver, 24K, is making his way around the track with a monstrous lead over the rest of the field in that Honda-powered car. These guys have not necessarily had their best season so far, but right now 24K is going to be dominating right now. As look at this lead. It's got a 5-second lead from the nearest driver.
24K, as I've said before, he's just pulling away with the lead now. 24K is just really fast in the first sector of the track. He's just way faster than anybody else behind. Ford now, his chance to catch up, gonna remove that 5.5 second lead over that he has in front with 24K. Corey Wilson just pulling away. He keeps pulling away here. Very quick car here. He's definitely happy about this. He has all the clean air. Just no cars behind. Caution comes out. Dim. Before turn 7 here has had a little bit of a mishap, a little wreck here, and has just clipped the wall. I believe he did clip the wall, and that left front in this previous car just turned off. No more extensive damage there, but this is Dim's final car. Caution here at the Honda Indy 200, 21 out of 55. The whole field is now packed up together.
This is definitely what 24K kind of needed to happen. I was just informed from AJ Foyt's crew that Corey was going to try to make it to lap 40 to pit, but this caution is definitely what he needed. So did Ford, could definitely benefit from this caution as well. But Dimitros was involved in a wreck back there. He had some issues I saw earlier with Napa Boy. Napa Boy had his hand out the window, was furious, shaking his fist over at Dimitros. As they head down through the final turn, many takers, game winner, looks like he was going to fake it out, but everyone is taking this opportunity and heading down pit road. I'm going to send it over to Receded, and we're going to discuss what's going to happen here. Receded?
I believe everybody's just going to try and change tires here. Just try and get new, maybe fuel. I forgot if there's fuel here. Oh, Dim just was in front of 24K's pit stall. 24K just trying to get up as quickly as he could, hits Dim, and now 24K has been relegated to third position, and Ford is our new leader. Chip Ganassi finally has something to smile about right now in his whole day, but it could end up differently at the restart. We know Anthony and 24K are very fast on the restarts. Very interesting situation that happened on pit road. Is 3 wide out of pit road here at Road America. Ford leads the field here, just trying to get to the front straightaway and maybe just lead the whole race and try to win it for Chip Ganassi after the horrendous day they have had as of right now.
Well, this race, everyone knows this race has huge championship implications, and everyone at the moment, all these team owners like AJ Foyt, Michael Andretti, Bobby Rahal, everyone is just fuming right now. There is I don't really think there's a single happy team owner right now, but at the moment, Chip Ganassi's day is somewhat beginning to turn around. Ford is out front and was out front after those pit stops. So we could definitely see this race turn around for Ford, making their way through towards the kink. We are going green this time, but on pit road, I do not believe race control has not informed us on what is going to happen after that pit road incident, contact between 24K and Dimitros. So I guess they're just going to let it off, but we will update you as soon as we get the chance. But our top three right now, Just Ford in the 83, Anthony Anderson in the 22, and 24K in the 14.
This is going to be a very interesting restart. We'll see what I don't know if Dim will probably get a penalty there. It's very unlikely, as 24K just hit him in the rear when Dim was still in his pit stall. Definitely, I believe, no penalty there, but it's up to the race director and the team to see what will happen there. Just slowly but surely right now, just coming around the final turns here. This little the little straightaway, and the final turn left, just to restart this race here. Lap 22 of 55, crossing line is going to be 23 of 55. This race has been very filled with events, very chaotic as of right now. Ford makes it around the final turn, now getting uphill into the front straightaway. We'll definitely see the field here. When does Ford go? When does the green flag go? And right about now, green flag here at the Honda Indy 200 here at Road America. 24K gets a very nice restart here down the inside of Anthony Anderson. Trying to in turn one here, does he make the position? He does. Anthony battles on around the outside. They're still together. Anthony on the outside, 24K on the outside. Anthony just has the better run, keeps his position. Napa Boy again winner together. That's the yellow and gray, silver with blue car right side by side here. Ford leads the race here. No problems for Ford on the restart. Very clean. He's gonna try and keep up with his home pace. He's gonna try and just pull away from the guys behind. It's the best thing to do as of right now, and we'll definitely see what type of strategy they have in the next cut when those blacks eventually just go off around 20 laps. Ford leads the race.
Right now, as they head down into the kink, Ford is now our race leader. Definitely what Chip Ganassi wants to see after the disastrous way this race started off. Anthony, though, is not too far behind. I believe Anthony may try to make his move right now on the front straight. Both of these drivers are on the Firestone Blacks, and I believe both of them have more than enough fuel. They should have more than enough fuel. So right now, this race might just become a battle of attrition as Ford is weaving, trying to shake Anthony off his tail.
Ford makes it around turn number 2. Anthony, problems there out of turn number 2. Not his best turn yet. 24K, that's his best turn there. He is very good in turn number 2. Anthony just lets him pass. He knows he's not going to be able to fight it here uphill now. 24K, he's going to try and look for Ford. He's going to try and get that number 1 position yet again. Everybody's starting to spread out now. Ford, comfortable lead here, but we know how fast 24K Corey Wilson is. Corey Wilson, very quick driver here around the carousel now. He's still catching up to Ford. Ford now makes it around the carousel and onto the little straight.
Now they're heading down towards the kink. Oh, Dimitros smacks Anthony heavily. Oh, man, this is... Dimitros, I don't know what has gotten into him today. He is being extra aggressive, and I'm sure he had that issue with Napa Boy earlier, and Roger Penske is not going to like what he just saw. As he goes into the grass, smacks Anthony. I do not know if he's having some sort of issue with his car right now. Like, steering's maybe having an issue, but this is definitely, if this is intentional, then this is not acceptable by any means. Heading down into turn 1, Ford is your leader.
We see 24K appear in Ford's rearview mirrors. He has on his both of his sides in that cockpit. He's definitely seeing him slowly but surely catch up to him. He knows he's gotta go faster. He needs to outpace here 24K, aka Corey Wilson. He just needs to be far much faster than 24K right now. GAM winner, surprise, 3rd place over here. Barely making it uphill, and Ford is already onto the carousel under the Speedworld bridge. I believe 24K is losing time almost into Sector 2 here, but Ford lead here.
Wow, this race right now is definitely intensifying up. Ford is our current leader, but 24K still trying to chase him down, has not gotten there yet. If I were to guess, I would believe he is going to try to make his move here on the front straightaway as Ford heads down through the final turn and uphill, but has a huge lead over 24K. So definitely, like I said, a good turnaround to Chip Ganassi's day so far. But as always, anything can change.
Ford makes it around turn 2. Corey Wilson doesn't look to catch up that much now anymore. Ford just has an extra boost of, I don't know what type of boost he had right there, but he's definitely improved right now. He was previously all the way out to the back at some point. That was the worst day for Chip Ganassi. Still one of the worst with their number one driver, their fastest driver, the whole grid here. Their number one star, the championship leader, Agent, just DNF out of the race now. 24K has a far better carousel than Ford, but loses a lot of time on the exit of the turn. Now Ford's still in the lead. 24K is still trying.
You saw that 24K kind of missed the turn there for a second, but he is now back on track, attempting to make his move onto Ford. Ford is sort of pulling away right now, but 24K is going to do anything in his power to not let that happen. Going down the front straight, right now it is Game Winner in piece 3, as Game Winner slides up off the track a bit, but he's got a lot of ground to make up, so he is definitely hoping for a caution, as Dimitros looks to pass his teammate.
The top 2, 11 seconds in front of third place, and from there it's just getting worse. This race is really different. We have a pack race behind them, Anthony, Gam Winner, and Napa just going at it. Them in front of the whole field of that pack there. Corey Wilson catches up to Ford here. Does he try to make the move on the carousel? He knows he's faster on the entry, but on the exit, Ford is so much faster here. Corey Wilson tries around the inside. Ford blocks it, shuts the door on him. Now goes wide. Here comes Corey Wilson to the lead.
24K takes that lead away from Ford. Wow. But I don't know. This is obviously Ford still has a chance. Does he attempt to make it? Nope, does not make it. Goes into the grass there a little bit. But this battle is far from over. Heading down into the final turn, Ford is attempting to close on 24K. I think he may try it here. He may get enough of a run here on the front straightaway.
He definitely has that slipstream right now. Does he try it down the inside? No, he's not there. But he hits the back of 24K. Does he try it around turn 2? No, he slots behind him and might as well just try it down the straightaway. He goes into the grass. Loses a lot of time and speed there. 24K just pulling away even more here. The battle at the back here. Dim, Gam Winner, Napa, and Anthony Anderson. Anthony down the outside, I believe, of Napa. Now up to third in this little pack here. He's going to try and make a pass on Gam. Now 24K still leading into the carousel. Anthony Anderson slots behind Dim. 24K makes it out of the carousel. It still has a very nice lead, and Ford just going to try and catch up to him.
24K is going to make his way down to the kink. Coming through. Here we go. Now Ford is still not, like I said, not out of this yet, but he's starting to lose his run that he previously had onto 24K. So I do not know what's going through his head. Obviously, I believe these drivers will have to make another pit stop. In fact, they definitely will have to make another pit stop soon. So Ford definitely has to be thinking right now how he's going to make this pass on the 24K. Heading down into turn 2, 24K, I think if I were to pick a driver, he might be my pick for the race.
My pick for the race here is Ford. But right now, he is not catching up and keeps losing time out of turn 2. 24K very quick in that sector 1. We still have a battle here. Napa now to the front of the little pack of the 4 cars. Anthony, huge run, makes it into the inside as well, make the pass. Downhill they come. Now uphill, Anthony makes the position.
Ooh,
Caution comes out. Who wrecked? Who was that? I believe it was Ford.
Big
Anthony
crash.
hits Ford whenever he was respawning.
Oh my, that is not going to look good with race control. That is going.
Anthony Anderson, he has a front wing
penalty.
Anthony Anderson, no more front wing for him. Nose cone is loose. If he eventually does respawn, he's not gonna get it counted to his car, his car total. He's still gonna be on 1 extra car. Yeah, everyone with wing damage can respawn and won't take away one of their spare cars. This is gonna be interesting because Ford, my pick, wrecks. He wrecked. He still has his spare car, because now he's all the way out to the back. And now let's talk about strategies. Right now, he's to the back after causing another wreck apart from his with Anthony. This is not good for him. He's already at the back here, but it's not good at all. I believe the pits are not opened.
Right there, as you saw that, what was looking to be a promising turnaround for Chip Ganassi is rather ending in disappointment. This day, I can say, I think I speak for anyone when I say that everyone else believes this day has 100% put a hole in Chip Ganassi's wallet. So right now, 24K is still running up front. We are on lap 30 of 55. So we're in the getting close to the closing stages of this race. Our top 3 are 24K, Napa Boy, and Discharge. Right now, Beast is still trying to catch up to the field after a little incident further in the back.
Beast all the way down in turn 1. I mean, these guys are just in the Sargento Bridge now, crossing under it. He'll definitely catch up, but I know Ford has to go to the back. He's going to have to lend his position to Beast after that incident there. This changes, yet again, the whole race. 24K now has the whole pack behind him, and pits are open this lap. We'll see who comes in, who doesn't come in, who stays out to gain track position. This is going to be interesting. If I was Ford, I would just pit, because for the faster compound, maybe. Or maybe stay out for the black, maybe get a new black tire compound. But right now, it would be better to pit, because, I mean, you're already to the back. Just might as well use that to your advantage, pit, and still be in the same position. Right now, we're still pacing, going around now into the carousel. Ford, this is going to be interesting. Oh, Ford turns dim. I'm patient here, Ford. 59 minutes left, 1 hour left in the timer. We indeed have about a 2-hour timer here in the Verizon INDYCAR series for Bubbles Leagues. If we don't finish in between that, I believe 2 hour to 2 hour 30 minute, I believe, race time limit. We call off the race and just finish it as it is. But right now, we do have enough time to finish the race, I believe, unless there's cautions, more yellows here. I believe this is our 3rd or 4th caution of the day. The whole team of Chip Ganassi's out. Yes, we only have Ford here. Ford, Chip Ganassi, probably the worst day for the team here.
definitely
don't
not
talk
what
bad about my team like that.
anyone wanted to see, but it's unfortunate. It's just racing sometimes. We are. Have we received word from race control about the time situation?
Yeah, we're right on 58 minutes, 30 seconds. So we have enough time.
Yeah, we have enough time unless we have like 3 more cautions, I believe.
Well, what really threw us off was the wave off.
Yeah, how about you? You don't. Why did he say that even? I'm just.
We
We're
are
gonna question.
getting word from officials. There was a heated argument between the number 83 pit crew and the 22 pit crew. So there is definitely some drama going down on pit road as everyone's making their way down it.
It was an amazing stop for Dim. He's way out in front.
Them lead. Them is leading. Triffic second. Anthony third. Napa fourth. Ford fifth. Gam winner sixth. And Beast our last car here.
Right. So Dimitros, after causing a few incidents, on-track incidents, earlier on in the race, is now up front. He obviously had a little, like I've mentioned before, little run-in with Ford. Not Ford, Napa Boy on the track and 24K. So obviously there was no penalties issued, but he's running up front right now. And downhill. We are going green this time from race control.
This is gonna be interesting to see. Them in the lead here. Gonna see what he could do in the race lead. I believe this is his first time leading this race. This is gonna be very interesting to see. This is gonna be shaping up to be an incredible finish here at Road America for the Honda Indy 200.
That is right. Before we go green, we would like to remind you that next weekend will be the last oval race of the season. The Verizon INDYCAR Series will be heading to Long Pond, Pennsylvania for the ABC Supply 500 at Pocono Raceway. Our last oval race, and it is a super speedway, going to be very fast and very intense. After that, we will be heading to Monterey, California for the GoPro Grand Prix of Monterey at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca.
This is gonna be interesting. Very interesting. I'm very, very, very. I'm shaking right now. This is gonna be one of the best restarts yet.
By the way, I would like to mention, Discharge has still not fulfilled his compound rule. He's set on the blacks all race, like ever since the start. So I don't know what's going on with him, but he still hasn't changed yet.
You know, he might try. He might try and go for like the final laps. Go into the pits. Maybe go into the red tire, faster tire. Everybody already has a faster tire here. The red walls down into the front straightaway. Right here. Front straightaway green. Right now, 31 of 55. Crossing line is going to be 32 of 55. Green flag here in the Honda Indy 200 here at Road America. 24K. Corey Wilson around the outside of Dimitrios. Is he going to try it? Dim down the inside. Still on the inside. Corey Wilson makes it around the outside. Everybody behind scrambles together. Dim hits Ford. Samson all the way down to the grass. Ford hits Dim back. Corey Wilson pulls away from everybody else as they scramble together and try to find a way to single file out now. 24K, our new race leader yet again. 24K just had to do it. Just had to make it again to the lead here, and Ford has a warning. If he hits someone else in retaliation or something, or just hits them, and ruins the race, he's gonna have to serve a drive-to penalty. The worst day for Chip Ganassi here.
Like Receded was just getting into, Ford was just warned by race control about avoidable contact. He will have a drive-through penalty if it happens again. Meanwhile, up front, 24K has just sped off with the race lead. Dimitros is right behind him, followed by, I believe that is Napa Boy. As Ford looks to make a move on Napa Boy, we're having a little battle here for third place. Ford is currently running third as they head down into turn 1 and 2. 24K still with a sizable lead, so I think it's going to be hard to definitely catch up to him.
Corey Wilson here, a very huge lead, as Ford has said. It's going to be very difficult to see anybody catching up. Maybe Dim, he can maybe catch up. Maybe his pace just gets far better. Napa just struggles at the back here. Ford, very bad, very sad day here. A lot of pace. Started second, just behind Asian. But he saw how his teammates just went down the field, DNF. Now, Corey Wilson makes it around the carousel. Very huge gap here, about 3 seconds here. Napa Boy has a drive-to penalty for, I believe, hitting another driver on purpose, or not on purpose, but a very huge hit for the other driver.
Michael Andretti is furious in the pits right now. He is going to be, he is currently talking to Brian Barnhart as we speak at the moment about this. He believes that this is he is protesting this decision, believes it is unfair, but I disagree. Meanwhile, 24K with I don't even know how to word this. He is 4.249 seconds ahead of Dimitros in second place. So I definitely think 24K could run away with it. We're in the closing laps of this race. Everyone right now everyone just wants to win this. There's almost all strategy has just been thrown out the window. This is just a matter of who wants it most.
Well, that does depend on how much 24K saved.
That is also something.
Because it's 34 out of 55. The Reds can make it to the end, but he's going to be so slow. The crossover point will already have passed. So whoever's on the blacks, if it goes full grade to the end, they're going to start catching with like 10, 12 to go, and the fuel too. So if he wants to make it to the end, he's going to have to save his tires and his fuel, which is very hard to do when you're on the Reds.
It's going to be like he's just going to have to be letting off in the turn, maybe braking before the turn.
Ford right now is in the prime position. Dim is on the Reds. Ford's already passed him, so
this is going to be interesting.
Ford's already got more cornering speed by himself on the blacks. I feel like the crossover's actually going to be coming really soon.
Yeah, those Reds, you can stint them all to like 20 laps or so. Feel about 22. But those Reds, after 10 laps, start to drop drastically. And right now we're seeing that drastic drop in the red walls right now. Corey Wilson still in the lead, 35 out of 55. 20 laps to go now. Oh, no, I believe 21 now, actually. 21 laps to go, I believe. Ford makes a pass in front of Dim. Dim ready to lose into the grass. Ford in front of him. There's about, how can I say this? Like, almost a whole straightaway of difference between Ford and Corey Wilson, 24K. Ford is going to the grass. Like, he has far better tires now, but it just doesn't look to get used to them, or he's just having a lot of problems getting around the track. He's gone into the grass multiple times now. Corey Wilson is just pulling away from him after those mistakes.
We travel to the back right now. There's a bit of a battle between Discharge and Anthony. It has been okay as Anthony slides off a little bit. Discharge has been warned from race control. He has not. He has stuck to, I think, a single tire compound this entire race. The blacks, which is against the rules, from what we have been told. I do not believe any penalty has been issued. But yes, he has just been reminded by race control he needs to change the tire compounds before the end of the race, or it will result in further consequences, but no penalty. Meanwhile, up front, 24K with that sizable lead. Ford is now back to second place, attempting to close. But as we mentioned earlier, 24K is on the Firestone Reds, and he also has fuel to worry about. So if you ask me, I think he will be pitting at some point very soon. But right now, he is just trying to hold off with as much as he can. Proceeded.
Very interesting stuff here. Ford looks to be losing more time. 8 seconds now. At some point, he'll need to catch up. Yeah, he is driving away from them, but Corey is just much faster than him, and Ford just keeps getting into the grass and making a lot of mistakes. I mean, it's possible for him to catch up through to 10 to go maybe, but it's going to be very hard for him because he's just a lot of mistakes. He's got to get his head into the game here. Got to lock in, try to just run him down, and just possibly get into the lead here. We'll definitely start seeing a lot of fuel mileage here. There's going to be a lot of letting off in the turning, in the turns, maybe in the straightaways. Just like in the nationwide race, in that race at Daytona, I believe it was yesterday, in Daytona International Speedway, they had a lot of fuel saving there. And, well, a lot of cautions happened in that race too. But right now, Corey Wilson still pulling away from him, not as much as he would want to see anymore, because right now, Ford just got 2/10 out of that lap and is slowly but surely catching up to him. Hopefully, he doesn't commit any more mistakes.
I'm looking right now. Sorry to interrupt. I'm looking right now. 24K is starting to get really tight. I looked at it in turn 6. He was sliding up, pushing way up the track on the exit curb.
He's getting into the grass, too. Yeah.
That is definitely...
I think it's possible for 24K maybe to make what Ford has, a lot of mistakes due to, the tires just not wanting to have any grip anymore.
That's another thing, though. Ford's been making a lot of mistakes just by himself, going in the grass, going too wide.
As you see right there, he is sliding up. He is going into the grass a lot more. I'm wondering if he is going to be pitting this lap. I don't think we have received any word from his pit strategist what's going to happen. But no, he is staying out. He is not pitting, but you see him as you ride along. He is fighting with the car right now. It is sliding through the grass. It's going to get increasingly difficult as he continues to run on these already extremely worn Firestone Reds. So I believe he is going to pit sometime within the next 2 to 3 laps, which will give Ford a great opportunity to take the lead, as he is on those Firestone Blacks.
18 laps to go here. Ford lost a lot of time that lap, about 7/10 there. Just keeps making mistakes. Come on, man. He just needs to commit no mistakes. Drive the car very quick, but not commit any mistakes. Just keep it very clinical here. What do you want to say?
I just got confirmation. 24K is trying to pit around lap 45.
45, about 10 laps. Yeah, 10 laps before the end of the race. Thank you for the information, but it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, if Ford can save, he might be able to stay out actually much longer.
Yeah. The problem here is
depends on how he drives, though.
Yeah, if he doesn't commit any mistakes and start catching up again, he could probably win this race. The problem is that Corey Wilson is going to have fresher tires at the end. He could just probably run him down. But right now,
because it also depends on the gap of how much time is lost in the pits. Because 24K is so fast by himself, he can extend way out. Then the crossover will happen, start to lose a little bit, but he's not gonna lose that much time in the pits. He'll be right with Ford whenever he passes the lead.
Even right now, he's 9 seconds in front of Ford, and he goes into the grass. Not a lot of speed loss or time loss there. But we can definitely see the tires just catching up to him. Look, he's getting wider and wider. He's going wider and wider there. He's starting to use the grass to slow himself down into the turn, because we know the grass slows you down. He's just trying to use the grass to slow him down, make the turn, because the tires are just not, or it just not doesn't have the same grip as in the first 10 laps. He got those reds.
Oh, meanwhile, in the back of the pack, there was some contact right there between teammates Dimitros and Discharge. Right now in the back, Dimitros has dropped back significantly in the field. He's battling Anthony, and he makes contact again. Some more avoidable contact from him. He is being extra aggressive here this race. Discharge has just been warned by race control to hold your line. Heading out of the kink, these two are going to start. Oh, and he goes around heavy hit into the wall. Will that be a yellow?
I don't know. I believe he keeps going. He keeps going. No caution. Interesting.
So, no caution. We are keeping it green, but oh man, Bobby Rahal is furious. That is unacceptable. From
oh my god! I've just taken a look at the gap. I just wanted to know for himself. Almost 10 seconds. Ford just losing a lot of time. He's actually losing seconds in like the last 2 laps. 16 laps to go. That's a drive to penalty, I believe, for Dimitrios, number 15. I don't know. Ford is just losing pace now. I mean, he's on the better tire right now, but he's not that fast. Corey Wilson still pulling away seconds now. I mean, it's very sad to see Chip Ganassi just losing this possible win away. At some point, Agent and Prime were in this race. Both DNF, with Agent crashing out and Prime's having problems and just going into the pits and never coming back again out into the track. Now 15 laps to go. We'll see the gap as Ford crosses the line. 9.450. He didn't lose or gain time that lap. Could he possibly win again? I mean, could he catch up? That's the first thing he's got to do. He's got to catch up. Talk about catching up. He's went to the grass, lose time again, lost a lot of speed. I don't think he'll be able.
Dimitros goes into the grass there. He has just been warned by race control. He has to serve his penalty by 13 to go. As you saw back there, avoidable contact with a teammate and spun Discharge into the wall heading out of the kink. So very, very chaotic from that side of things. Meanwhile, riding back on board with Game Winner, he is catching up to Anthony and has passed Anthony. Trying to catch up to Dimitros in P3 right now. But I am focusing on the action here in the back as, Game Winner goes wide, and these two, Napa Boy and Anthony, are going to try to catch him for this P4 spot.
14 laps to go now. I believe 10-second gap now. Yeah. I don't think it's possible for Ford to catch up unless just Corey Wilson, a.k.a. 24K. He's got the biggest moment he has had in the whole league. I mean, Ford is just... I have said this multiple times now. There's a lot of mistakes. Keeps getting into the grass, losing a lot of speed and time. He's better on tires, but he's not catching up.
I don't know if you guys are seeing or not. There's one of the craziest battles on a course we've ever had back here with Napa, Gam, and Anthony.
Yeah, look, Anthony down the inside now. Gam behind everybody.
Okay, there's some contact there, but
Anthony and Napa get into the grass. Gam Winner in front of them. B's gonna try down the inside of Anthony. Does he make up the position? Nope, he doesn't. He goes behind Anthony, actually. And Game Winner is the guy in front of this little pack here.
And I'll remind you, this is provisionally for P3, so this is really big if one of these guys can finish in that position. That's a lot of points.
Point standings, and I believe some of them are tied in points, right? So maybe 2 of them.
Yes, some of these guys are way behind, and they're tied with other people in this pack.
Yeah.
17 to go. No, sorry. Excuse me. What am I saying? 13 to go here at Road America. Dimitrios has just been told by race control he needs to serve his penalty this lap. As he makes it through the final corner, he will be coming into the pits to serve this drive-through penalty.
All right, Ford caught up 2 seconds that lap. So I believe the crossover is really soon.
Yeah, he just gotta be clinical about this. Just no mistakes. Keep the car on the track. Be as fast as possible. Oh my God! He just gotta shut up for once. He just gotta shut up for once. He went into the grass again. He's just gotta shut up for once.
He's in the pits. Gam should do his tire change now. I don't know why he wouldn't. He should. I mean, he does his tire change, so he's fulfilled that. That basically ruins his race, though, because he waited so long to do it.
Yeah. He waited too long for it.
We are all talking about...
Go ahead.
Excuse me. We were all talking about how bad Ganassi had today, but another team I don't think has had any luck is Rahal Letterman has not had the best of luck today at all. Obviously, both of their drivers were involved in an incident together. One getting a penalty and another being...
24K's in. 24K's in. Leader's in.
24K is in.
He's in.
Now on pit road. So
Ford's going to keep going.
Pass it on to Ford.
He did tell us before that he was going to pit around like 10 to go. And he did a lap to 12 to 13 to go. Ford, a new race leader.
Way ahead.
Yeah, he's going to be way ahead. 24K barely leaving the pace now.
He's not even up to speed yet. Now he's up to speed.
Into turn 1 now, into a little straight, and Ford is basically at the end of the straightaway into the downhill section and the uphill section. About
Napa comes in.
7 to 8 seconds, maybe.
Napa comes in for his stop.
Everybody coming in for the stop. It's the final green flag stop. Except for Ford, I believe. He can go all the way to the end, right, Bubble?
I mean, it'll be close, but I don't know if he'd want to do that because the reds fresh are so fast. I feel like, man, I don't know. This is a hard decision. Either he can keep going like this and risk being run down, or he can pit
and
minimize.
Down.
Try and run back down Corey on like a fresh red set.
The problem is that Corey Wilson is very fast.
He's catching already.
Yeah, and Ford just goes off.
I would say if I'm Ford, I'm pitting now. Putting on reds.
Yeah, might as well do that because around lap number about 10 laps.
Oh, he's staying out.
It's very, very interesting strategy for him. Maybe he will pit this lap to 11 to go right now. Maybe he'll pit this lap. It's better for him because in about 10 to 12 laps, those red tires just get far worse. But right now, he's running on worse tires. The black tires are far worse.
He's off track every corner. He's gonna get caught. He's gonna get caught.
Yeah, it was the worst thing to think about staying out today.
That's right. 24K is definitely going to close in on Ford.
He's closing. Look at it. Oh, he's spinning! He's spinning!
This is not good at all. You can see 20 now. Corey Wilson in the picture.
Discharge. He wrecked.
Discharge is wrecked.
Yep. I believe
this changes everything.
Did he get the tire damage? Did we lose his last car?
Yeah, this is his last car.
Oh, well, this puts everybody in race win contention right now, and this might actually have saved Ford here. He definitely got saved here. Maybe give Corey Wilson half a lap and would have been in lead already before just spun around.
There's going to be probably one of two things that are going to happen here. Everyone comes down, puts on fresh reds, or everyone tries to stay out and defend from Corey and whoever else pits for reds. I don't see everyone trying to stay out though. That'd be bad.
Yeah, you're on worse tires. How about you get the fresher compound?
Both of the drivers on another.
I got it. Look in chat. Stage chat.
They want the timer. They want a timer. What's the timer?
We're at 34.
Close.
Right now 33:59.
34.
We can finish the race.
Yeah, we can finish the race. The problem is if there's like 2 more cautions, it's gonna cut close.
Yeah, they're also gonna have another caution lap because Gam isn't here and can't open the pits yet.
Yeah. Well, whenever the ticker is pink, right, it's a. Yeah. Interesting. 10 laps to go, crossing the line. Just any moment here. Still under caution. Gamler, aka discharged. He's all the way into the straightaway. He's on the straightaway, like the back straightaway. Oh my god.
Not to.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Not to deviate attention from what's going on, but there was just a really nasty crash at Michigan today. That's throwing it out there. A blowover.
In the grass, I believe, right?
Yes, on the back straight. There was a blowover in.
Yeah, I did see there's someone on the server that watches the races live.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done now. Anyways, back to our topic.
Everybody,
back to our topic right now. Ford definitely was saved by this caution. He will be pitting this time.
Everybody's is gonna come in except 24K. I mean, he already pitted. It makes 0 sense. He just track position. The problem here is that maybe like 2 or 1 or final lap, his tires is gonna be far worse than everybody else's. It's gonna be like 3.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I mean, the fall off 2 to 3 laps is more than you think.
It's gonna be close. That's what I'm going to say. It's gonna be close unless there's a lot of mistakes throughout the field.
And Corey is on his last car, so take that into account too. He's on his last car. If he gets wrecked, he's out of the race.
So there's another scenario here. Turn number 1, everybody pows in. Corey Wilson, aka 24K, hits the wall. His tire just shreds. He's just out of the race at that point, and he just leaves the whole entire field. I mean, it's going to be a caution there, but he's going to be DNF there. He's going to get 3rd if that ever happens. It's like out of like 5 scenarios we have currently, it's one. It could be very likely because it's the final stint here. Final stint. Everybody fresher tires. Everybody wants to go for the win. Everybody wants for the points. They want to get that win. They want those points there to get up themselves in the point standings. It's gonna be very, very chaotic in the race, in the restart. But right now, we're just waiting for the cars just to pace around, get in the front straightaway, and probably see most of, if not everybody, coming to the pits.
I will say, even though we're coming to 9 to go. They're gonna be pitting with 9 to go. Restart on 8. And most of the tests, I mean, the red tire by the end of this stint, this 8 to 7 lap stint, they're pretty much going to be almost dead. So it's really going to be whoever can fight old tires the most. And if Corey stays out, that's just going to make it worse for him, because the red run is just not very good past like the 8-9 lap point. Yeah, he's coming in. He's going to pit with everyone else. He knows.
Oh, everyone is taking right now.
Oh, Anthony hits him at the back. Interesting. Could we see like what happened with Dimitrios? Remember when they were pitting like about 20 laps ago?
Yeah, get a crazy pit stop, go way out in the front.
Oh my God, Dim!
He completely messed it up. Yeah, 24K's out first.
Dim did that on purpose.
He turns Gam put Nap in the wall.
Ford makes it in front of 24K. Oh my God! Madness in pit road. Dim hits Ford. He had to do that on purpose.
I thought 24K would have gotten out front. I mean, I know he was behind, but he had like a perfect entry.
It's like what happened when that happened with Dim. It's like almost exact same scenario, but this time Ford, which is in like a further pit stall, he's had a far better pit stop. Still in the lead. It's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be 8 to go. So, tires, feel whatever. No more. We don't give anything for that. It's just flat out racing here. The strategy, no more strategy here. There's nothing. Everybody paid for fresher tires, more fuel. That's it. It's all about racing here. Oh, whoa, what's happening? I believe it was Dim, Beast, and Anthony. Dim throttled up to Beast. Beast hit Anthony and spun Beast around, and now he had to respawn with the front wing damage there. I don't know why he did that.
I don't know what that means.
He was
for
trying to
race
type
control.
Why would he type and drive right now when he's on the station? He's gonna try and wreck somebody else. Not try and wreck, but he's gonna wreck somebody if he eventually does that again. It was cutting close
47.
there.
Okay, so this is just gonna be full push.
Yeah,
to the
all
end.
the way out to the end.
It's just gonna be. Oh, this is gonna be chaos.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Anthony's on the blacks.
What?
Anthony's on the blacks.
I cannot believe this.
This is the most Ferrari strategy I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh my god, bro. What I think he might have just thought was like, oh, we have this much laps. The red tires might have just fall off, and he's gonna win the race. They're gonna have like fresher tires. They're gonna have like more grip. I don't think he accounted for that. Whenever the red walls.
Yeah, well, how much faster it'll be on the first couple of laps.
Yeah, at that point, they're just going to be that far away from him. That is not even going to matter. I don't know why he did that. That's a very interesting strategy.
That's like me telling everyone to pit at Daytona after Kimi came in.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, oh my god. Exactly, bitch. Well, I believe this is green this time. 8 laps to go, crossing the line. Ford leading against Corey Wilson and Anthony on the blacks here. Everybody else on the reds. Coming around the final turn now to the front straightaway. We're getting closer and closer to the, I believe, the final restart for this Honda Indy 200. Green flag in the air here at Road America.
Oh, look, Corey has a run. He's got a little bit more acceleration going into turn 1.
Does he thread the needle and make it down the inside? He's gonna try it down the inside.
Ford just has to hold that line.
Ford around the outside.
He's clear.
He makes it work. He makes it work.
He runs him into the wall.
That is not good at all. This makes Anthony second place and 24K first place right now. Could Anthony have a chance here? I don't think so, dude. I don't think Anthony's going to have a chance. I don't think Anthony has a chance at all. I believe Corey Wilson's going to get a penalty for that. He definitely has to get a penalty. He turned him. A drive-through penalty for Corey Wilson, number 14, ABC Supply Co. Incorporated car.
Has Anthony won at all this season?
No, he's not. He showed up to almost every single race, though. He's been so consistent.
Does he try down the inside? He makes it through. Anthony's running together. Here comes Dim to the outside. Dim to the lead now. Oh, 3-1 into the turn.
Corey is losing so much time on this penalty. It's unbelievable, and he's losing positions. And somehow, after all of that, Dim has found himself in the lead.
This is a matter, though.
Leads the race. 7 laps to go. Ford. Oh my God.
How long can Anthony hold Ford behind him? Because Anthony does have those blacks. Ford has the reds on him.
Oh, he's just
how long can Dim hold on? Dim hasn't shown much pace this weekend at all. He's been kind of a back marker, so I don't know how long he's gonna last.
Dude, at 24K, aka Corey Wilson fights Ford. I swear to God. He's trying to go around the outside of Ford. Anthony
Ford is the inside wall.
Turn into the gravel. He has choked it. Oh! Anthony, Dim, and Corey Wilson got together. Corey Wilson again to the race lead. Anthony very, very slow on that black tire compound. We know Corey Wilson needs to do that. Drive to penalty. Everybody drives into everybody. Now into the carousel.
Forget strategy, forget technique, forget everything. This is just a flat out driving.
I don't know if y'all saw that. That was a beautiful crossover move from Dim in the he's by. Another crossover from Anthony. This is provisionally the battle for the lead.
I believe this is our current race leader, Dimitrio, side by side with Anthony here. He's gonna try. Here comes Ford. Anthony blocks Ford around the outside. Now on the inside, and James sends him wide. Ford doesn't gain any positions, and never mind. He might as well try Anthony. He doesn't have that much of a run. Here comes Discharge down the inside of Ford. 6 laps to go here.
And Anthony hitting each other.
Nah, Ford is mad at Anthony. Look at him. He just keeps chopping him off. Slower car. He's making him pull
so
away
much contact happening. It's kind of hard to see what's happening.
Ford. No, it's done. It's done. Dim is definitely going to win this race here.
No way! I can't believe it. Showed no pace all weekend. Dim might win this race.
Dimitros might get this win for Rahal, a win he so desperately needs. But Anthony is
down the inside. Anthony into the lead. Here comes Discharge. Dim blocks Discharge. Everybody's just blocking each other. Here comes Napa down the inside of Discharge. Does he make the position? He doesn't. Here comes Ford, sends it on the back of Napa Boy. Right now, Anthony in the lead, but he knows he's on the worst tire, on the black tire.
Oh, yeah, the crossover starting to happen. The reds are getting tighter. Damn good went off in the carousel.
You see, Game Winner is also someone paying close attention to Anthony out in front of him. Game Winner is actually he's a good contender to win this race. He looks like he might try to overtake. He is on those Firestone Reds.
Oh, look at this. 4 cars for the lead. They all have draft. They all have draft in turn 1. And I can't believe it.
He doesn't.
Look, if this goes full green, Corey could still win. He's on the reds, and he's still on the same straightaway as him. He's catching him. He's catching Beast. Corey is still in this race.
Anthony, right now, Discharge to the race lead right now after making an outside pass in turn number 1. Very nice pass he did. He actually goes wide. Anthony takes the lead now.
Takes it.
Oh, he just blocks Ford.
He goes wide. Here comes Ford. The red tires are just falling off.
Anthony on the blacks is currently a race leader. Look, 24K is like right about when everybody's going to get into the carousel.
He's catching. He's catching.
Yeah, he's catching.
24K is still in this race.
Anthony on the worst lower tire is in front of the guys on the faster tire, but Ford is definitely a fastest guy here behind Anthony. We definitely have Corey Wilson still in the picture here, but he's going to have to get past everybody in the whole field. He's going to have to get past everybody. He might do it, but we know how everybody right now is just blocking each other.
Oh, he's getting almost put to the grass. He's past Beast.
Anthony, 4 laps to go here. 4 less than a second right now. And that 1 second bubble here, he definitely has a faster car here. Look how much he catched up in turn number 1. He's going to try it around the outside. He doesn't actually goes into the grass. He has the run. He has the slipstream. Where does he go? Does he fake it? Here comes.
He's going to the outside.
And the outside, Ford tries it. Anthony sends him wide, but Ford makes it around the outside. Our new race leader, Ford.
24K is getting by Dim. 24K is getting by Dim. He's caught up. He's in the pack.
Oh my God, he is.
He's running everyone back down.
He has Game Winner, Napa Boy, Anthony, and his whole little rival for this race, Ford, in front of him. It's possible. It's going to be possible. He's going to be there at the end. Anthony goes wide.
He's past Gam. P4. Discharge.
Oh my God.
Got past. So Corey up to P4.
It all depends if they want to block Corey Wilson.
I mean, he's so much faster. You see it in the corner entries.
Yeah, despite doing the drive-to penalty, he's so much faster. And it might be also because they're fighting each other and they're slowing each other down. Look, already down the inside. Makes it 3-lap pass. Look at that. 3 laps to go now.
Making his way back to second.
4-second gap. They're still on the same straightaway. This is going to be very interesting. I mean, 24K just keeps pulling away. Look at him. just way faster than everybody else. It's gonna be incredible. Look, he's just trailing down Ford right now. They're still in the same straightaway. I'm starting to see Corey Wilson. When I'm spectating Ford, I can still see Corey Wilson right now. He's slowly but surely appearing in the picture right now, despite having like very low graphics for this race. This is gonna be interesting to see in the final laps. Ford, what do you think about this?
I think right now, 24K definitely has a great chance to close at the moment, but he just has to take his time and do everything right. But right now, Ford is out front. Ford is maintaining a pretty sizable lead, but we know how fast 24K can be. In fact, he was able to get back up to second place in almost, I think, 2 laps, I believe. So right now, Ford is definitely on the lookout for 24K because he's coming and he's coming fast.
Word. I have a little thing to say to you. How much you bet in that 24? Yeah, right now 24K 1 second. How much you bet that he's gonna gain 1.5 seconds in this lap? How much do you bet? How much you bet? How much you?
Well, I'm not much of a betting man, but I do not dismiss it. He could certainly close.
This would be the craziest comeback I've ever seen.
Coming from a drive-through penalty. Oh, Ford goes wide. Oh my God.
Ford, oh my goodness. He's selling his race. He's struggling on the old reds.
Not even old reds. He's still on the same compound as everybody else. The problem is keeping fast. He's not consistent at all. Some turns keeps losing a lot of time, and Corey Wilson just catching up to him.
Hopefully they don't wreck, because if they wreck, it would be race over as of right now.
Can you give him our timer? Give her our timer.
We have 16 minutes left. We're good on that. So all that matters now is if it's a caution or not.
And yeah.
Corey's closing so much. You can see it.
Ford makes it around the final turn.
Goes wide.
Has no problem there. Very nice acceleration off the turn into the front straightaway. Final lap here, sponsored by Verizon for the Verizon INDYCAR Series at
4.8. He caught up a second.
On the 8200. 2 seconds still. Could Ford win this? Could Corey Wilson do a comeback? A very late race comeback after having a drive-to penalty, and yet he's still catching up to Ford. I believe it's about, still a 2-second gap here. Ford just needs to stay clinical here. Just no mistakes, not going to the grass, losing speed or time. He just needs to make it around the track. No problem there. Doesn't go into the grass this time, and the one that actually does get a little bit into the grass is 24K here.
24K went in the grass right there.
Yeah. 24K, a lot of pressure to try and catch up Ford. His little driver for this race, a lot of scraps between both of them. He catch up there.
So much into the carousel. He's right there. He needs a good line.
Now into the straightaway.
He's not gonna have enough.
It depends.
He's gonna close now.
He can still mess it up. Ford in the straightaway, bad straightaway. Makes it around the final turns here. Makes it the turn. Mistake here. He goes into the grass. He gets a lot of problem there.
24K has a run.
Here comes Corey Wilson. Corey Wilson here. Final turn. The sides descended.
He's there. It's not enough.
It's going to be a drag race.
Ford in the straightaway. He wins the Honda Indy 200 here in Road America. He wins it here in Road America. Chip Ganassi finally has something to smile about this race after having 2 cars DNF. They win.
Had to come back 2. He comes back to P3 to end the race.
Incredible race, dude. That was incredible, dude.
Now then, as the official, I actually have to go investigate something. 24K is under investigation. I'll talk about it later.
Okay. Currently, right now, Ford, our race winner, second time is won in this series, I believe, right? So I believe this is the second time. Right now, incredible race by each other. I need to go right now. I'm sorry. Incredible race. You do interviews and everything else that you need to do. I need to go now. Thank you guys for being here.
I had to legitimately go investigate if he pitted or not under his drive-through, and he didn't. That was a legitimate pace. 24K ran him back down on legitimate pace.
So, this has just been an all-around amazing win, a great comeback for Chip Ganassi. I have to go though, but it has been an honor being here in the commentary booth with you guys. Thank you to Gene and Bubble for letting me do this. I will see you guys next weekend at Pocono.
See you.
Okay, I can do interviews. Wait, I'm here. Okay, Ford. Congratulations on the race week today. Ford, you here? Ford? Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, congratulations on the race win. What do you feel? How do you feel right now? I mean, Corey Wilson cutting close, almost passing you in the final turn, yet you closed the door, made it through in front of the front straightaway to win the race.
Yeah, it feels good. I mean, I really fell off in the last lap because I was shaking, nervous because I let a lot of races go the past few weeks, and I really didn't want to choke again like I did last week. And really, like, I should have way more wins by now. But yeah, I think that Corey, he was super fast and he was very intimidating. So yeah, but it was a good one.
Congrats on the race win. Thank you for being up here. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Hopefully you can win yet another race for Chip Ganassi here. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, what's the name? I was the only Chip Ganassi car to finish the race, but I'm just glad I got the win. Helping them out in the constructors, and I hopefully move up in the points, at least one position.
I would also like to announce Ford's contract has been extended for the 2011 IZOD INDYCAR Series, so he will be back in the 83 for Charlie Kimball for the 2011 season.
All right. Thank you for information, Bubble. Ford, thank you for being up here.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Right. Who else do we have in interviews here? I believe it's who is? Oh, it's 24K here. Corey Wilson. Can you bring up Corey Wilson? 24K. How do you feel about this race? I mean, you were doing a very late charge. You were the fastest car apart from Agent the whole race. You went from a drive-through penalty and to almost winning the race here in less than, I believe, 8 laps here. How do you feel about the race?
Yeah, speed didn't show up before that caution, that late race caution happened at like 11 to go. We were going to pass forward either way on that. 11 to go, we were going to pass forward. I just knew doing the stop mid-green, going for the reds was going to be the better strategy because those blacks would really just be different. Those blacks are going to be way slower, but that caution really screwed us up. Kind of misjudged where Ford was going to go coming out of turn 3 on that. One of the laps caused me to get a drive through, but we weren't really out of it. I knew I had a chance still, and I just set my mind to it. I just was running hot laps. Those last 8 laps, I was just going for hot laps at that point, and I knew I could have passed him. I just needed those guys to battle. I needed him and Anthony or somebody else to just battle for at least 2 more laps. I would have called him. So it sucks that we were right there and it lost, but we just got to move on to next week.
Thank you for being up here. Hopefully that race win eventually comes around next week, maybe, or in the next couple of races. Thank you for being up here, Corey Wilson. Right, who else do we have? Dimitrios, number 3rd place. All right. Dim, 3rd place, coming back from the back of the field. You didn't appear that much at the front of the pack. Only some little laps led over here and there. But at the end, you just had one of the fastest cars at the end of the whole race, and you eventually made it to that P3 position. How do you feel about the whole race?
The race was pretty good. Started off strong. In between, there were some kerfuffles. Temper started to flare a little bit. Nearing the end of the race, I Simply and Anthony were side by side and checked up a lot, and I tried to slow up, but definitely didn't slow up enough and wrecked Simply. So I got a drive through there, and I was just right there. I kind of thought my race was over, but Simply got beach and lost his wheel, and there was a caution, and that brought everyone back together with like 8 to go, and it was just anyone's shot there. Everyone, I think, led a lap there, had like their hand at the lead after that final restart. But I tried. I was in the lead there, tried to hold them off, but obviously just not quick enough. So I'm really happy with the P3 today. I kind of wish leaders just could have battled for one more lap.
Yeah, if they could have just battled one more lap and maybe moved themselves out of the way, you could have just made the pass and possibly win the race, but it did not happen today. And, well, hopefully you start becoming a more regular front driver, like the guy who like Age and maybe Fearless, Kimmy, the guys who are always at the front. Hopefully you start battling for more race wins. Thank you for being here, Dim.
No problem.
All right, thank you, everybody else. Thank you for tuning in for Bubble Speedworld here in the C Sports Broadcasting channel. Hopefully it was of your liking today. Thank you for listening in the whole race, if you stay around or if you join later. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next round 14 for the Verizon INDYCAR series. I believe it's going to be the Pocono Raceway, Long Pond, Pennsylvania, for the ABC Supply 500. It's going to be an incredible race here at Pocono whenever we come around. That race is going to be very quick racing there, maybe a lot of passing on the front straightaway and maybe in the turns. Thank you for staying here. It was an incredible race here. Hopefully we'll see you next time, next race. Thank you for staying here.